Spurgeon here with RevZilla, and today we're going to take a look at the AGV Sport Rogue Jacket, available at RevZilla.com. So on my left-hand side, we have brought Juice back. He hasn't modeled for us in a while, and we have him in the Rogue Jacket. The reason we have Juice modeling this jacket is it fits his build perfectly. Now, he has been spending a little bit more time in the gym. He's actually very proud. He's down 5 pounds. We normally call him out as 195 pounds. He's actually down to about 191 right now. He's looking fit, looking trim. But the real story here is how this jacket is going to fit his build. So one of the things to note with the Rogue is that it gives you a little more room up top and it tapers down nicely around the waist. So if you do spend time at the gym, the way our friend Juice here does as well, you are going to notice there's a little bit more room for the biceps in the upper arm while still tapering down nicely around the waist. So from a sizing standpoint, Juice has a 42-inch chest, weighs in at 195, currently 191 pounds, and stands at 5'10". He would normally be a size large according to the size chart. We actually have him in a size medium. So you want to size down one size based on what the size chart is going to recommend for you for the Rogue Jacket. And it's going to fit very nicely, again, for those of you out there that are going to have a little bit more room in the upper body, while not as much room down around the waist. Sizes are going to range from a small up to a 3XL, and black is the only color available. The one thing that I wish they would have done, this is a minor nitpick, but I wish that they would have done the blacked out reflective piping like we've seen them do on pretty much so many of their other jackets. And I think that it would have looked great with this to keep the whole thing blacked out. Again, I'm not too crazy about the big silver stripes running across with the reflective on this. But for those of you out there looking for a 2-season, 3-season cold weather option, this is going to be a little bit more urban inspired from what we've seen from AGV Sport traditionally in the past. You do have the removable hood, and you do have that 4-pocket design, but it's going to be something that's a little more of a waist cut to this than like the Sereno that we've seen. So that would be another option. The Rogue is coming in around that $200 price point. If you're looking at this, you like the fact that there's a waterproof liner, there's a thermal liner with this. You just want something that's a little bit different in its style. The Sereno from AGV Sport is going to give you that same $200 price point, but it's going to give you a little bit more of a rugged kind of a lifestyle look to it. And both are coming from that urban bend, but just different approaches to that. So make sure you check out the Sereno if you're looking for something that you're just not quite sold in the style, but you like the feature set that we're seeing here. So the main construction on this is a full Dobby shell, but then the waterproof liner on this is actually a 2-in-1 Reissa waterproof and thermal liner. So if you want to remove that, you can go ahead and pull that out. Where on a lot of the other jackets that we've seen so far from AGV Sport this season, they've done that waterproof liner as a Z liner, which is non-removable. So the liner in this is that removable thermal waterproof liner. Taller collar to this, and again, you're seeing very clean lines as working way through this. It's that same Dobby shell throughout. You are getting CE level protection at the shoulders, at the elbows, and then as you work your way down the main body, again, that pop of reflectivity across the chest. 4-pocket design. You've got snaps and zippers at the chest, which is going to be a lined pocket. And then you are going to give it, I would say this is going to be water resistant. I wouldn't necessarily put anything in there that's going to be 100% waterproof. And then for the pockets on the bottom, again, you're going to have a fold-over pocket, which is lined, but it's not going to be a roll-top fold-over. So I would say, just make sure that it's a water-resistant pocket. I wouldn't necessarily put an iPhone in there unless you have an iPhone 7, which is already a waterproof iPhone. Now, behind the bottom pockets on this, you are going to have fleece-lined hand warmer pockets. So you're actually getting 6 full pockets. I wouldn't store anything in the hand warmer pocket while you're riding because there's no way to close that. It could fall out while you're riding. Sir, I'm going to have you face sideways, strike the riding position for me. The one thing you'll note with this is minimal branding. So you will have that small AGV Sport logo stitched into the top of the bicep. But other than that, very minimal branding with this. And as you work your way down, you have a little bit of elasticated stretch on the inside of this, working all the way down, but there's no adjuster at the waist. There's no way to fine-tune adjustment. So if anything, you want to go a little bit smaller and allow that elastication to kind of do its thing. And again, like I said earlier at the beginning, we did size Juice down 1 full size from what the size chart recommends. So you can go ahead and face backwards for me. So the hood on this is going to be a make it or break it. People either love the hood, they hate the hood, but one of the things you'll note with this is it is removable. So if you want to, you can go ahead, you can zip the hood off, and if you're not a hood fan, you can go ahead and just pull it off while you're riding, and you can leave that behind. You can use this as a campsite. Maybe you're using this around the campfire and you want to make sure that you are not getting any water pouring down the top of your head. this is going to be an option for you. You will notice that you do have a shock cord working its way through on the back, as well as the front, that you can use to fine-tune fitment. So that is a nice little addition, and I like the fact that they made it removable. So if you're not a hood person, you can simply pull that off. But a very tall collar to this. You're looking at almost 3 inches to the collar, and then that large piping along the back for your reflective. The one thing to note here, the back pad in this, rather, it's a back pad. So we always are going to recommend you go ahead, pull that out, and remove it with a full-on back protector. Any Knox TP2 style back protector is going to fit right in there for you, and it's going to give you a lot better safety than just using that thin back pad that you're going to find coming with the jacket. Sir, I'm going to have you face forward for me, and go ahead and unsnap, unzip. You will notice you're going to have that full weatherproof gusset with the snaps over top of the zipper to make sure you're keeping any rain from pushing through the zipper. As we open it up, the one thing you'll note is you are going to have that thermal waterproof liner. So this is, again, going to be completely removable. And the one thing to note here is this is going to be a destination liner. So you're going to notice it is going to be very finished. You will have the AGV Sport on the outside. So if you get to the campsite and you need something that's going to keep you warm, keep you dry while you're sitting around the campfire or walking around town, this is going to be that nice waterproof, or the destination liner that's going to be finished for you as well. And then you will notice there is going to be an additional pocket on the inside of this for some storage. Sir, you can go ahead and zip up for me. So for any of you riders out there looking for something that's going to give you, 3-season cold weather protection, you are getting that CE armor baked in there, but you want something that's going to be a little bit more of a different style to it, different look, the Rogue is definitely going to do that for you around the $200 price point. And again, if you're looking for something with that urban style, but just this quite doesn't do the ticket for you, check out the Sereno in AGV Sports lineup. It's a little bit of a different flavor for that urban-inspired, new direction that we're seeing AGV Sport move into. Now, there's a lot of riders out there utilizing AGV Sport, and if you want to hear more about what those riders have to say, click the info button on your desktop or mobile device, which will allow you to read other rider reviews from folks that are already out there putting AGV Sport gear through its paces. If you have another question for one of our gear geeks as to, which jacket is right for you, your riding style, your motorcycle, just give them a shout, 877-792-9455, or simply shoot over an email to cs@RevZilla.com. Thank you for joining us for this look at the AGV Sport Rogue Jacket. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.